So we got 30 minutes before I gotta leave for softball. I just got picked up last second. I know a lot of these videos are kind of like that, but I'm a softball whore, and anytime I'm asked, I say yes. So we're gonna start off with some limbo here, go straight into it. Let's rip it. Ooh. Oh, this might be tougher than I thought. I might suck at limbo more than I thought. I might hit another warm-up set here. I made a post on mobility training today about this, and I think one of the big things that you hear people bitch about with mobility, they say like, oh, I stretched hours last week and I didn't feel like anything. And they vastly overestimate how much time they actually stretch. So it's like these guys are always stretching. Like they hit like a 2-minute couch stretch and then they complain that they're not doing enough, but they have it justified that they did that 2-minute couch stretch, so they should be good. I am much more in the belief for most people that you're just better off making your mobility training fun, spending 10 minutes doing limbo one day, maybe crawling for 10 minutes another day, hitting some sort of mobility exercise, gamifying your mobility exercises in a way in which it's fun to where you're actually spending time and doing it consistently, rather than drilling your face through something that you hate doing for 2 minutes and then swearing it off and not doing it again and overestimating how much stretching and mobility work you actually got done. At some point in your flexibility and mobility training world, you're gonna have to have specific stimulus that is at a high level. It's the same with the squatting, Olympic lifting. At some point, the general is gonna be too general and you need to get a little bit more specific, a little bit more stimulus. But so many people are so far away from that that it's really not gonna matter. Anything will give them mobility gains. Anything will give them flexibility gains. They just have to be consistent and do it often. And I think the more we can make mobility training fun, the more results most people are gonna get. And I think gamifying mobility is gonna be a big piece of that. I think a lot of times mobility is looked at as something that's hard or they have to do, rather than something that we can just implement throughout our workouts, through our warm-ups, and we get our athletes moving and feeling better. So let's get it. We got 5 minutes on the clock, by the way, with this limbo before we gotta go shoulder press. So let's rip. Ooh. Jeez, we're stiff today. Hips are tight. Let's go. There we go, a little bit lower. Bro, some of my athletes this morning were fucking going almost at the ground. It was actually incredible. The foot strength, like the WODA foot strength that they have, the outside edge to be able to get through, and they're like standing on it, it's actually pretty insane. It's impressive. I love watching good athletes do cool things. Ooh, let's go. With these, we're gonna hit some shoulder press, some pull-ups, some arms before we go. Get a little pumper in before we leave for softball. Ooh. Oh, what in the world, dude? Ooh. Keep pushing it, let's go. Oh, knee touched, we got that. This thing gets your hips going like no other. I haven't done limbo in forever. Oh! If this doesn't build up the bottom of my snatch catching position, I don't know what will. Let's go. Oh, let's go. Building up to a standing 4-rep max shoulder press here. And then we got 30 total pull-ups, 5 sets of 6 on the, or 6 sets of 5 on the pull-ups. Every set of the pull-ups that I do has to be add 5 pounds. So we start at body weight, we'll add 5 pounds every set there. I like those ascending sets, especially for athletes that aren't really good at pull-ups. Even if they are doing just a band, I'll have them start with a big band and progressively work towards body weight, just so they're progressing. I think a lot of times when athletes can't do a pull-up, or they just start doing banded pull-ups, they just limit themselves the whole time and use the same band every single time, and it's very not progressive. I think the more that you can progress them, even if it is from a thick band to a smaller band to a body weight, makes a world of difference. And even if it's just 1 rep where they're adding weight to it, I think it's a much better way to add that strength stimulus rather than just continually just ripping the same thing on the pull-ups because you've limited to yourself to say, I can't do a pull-up. So many athletes this morning even were, they're used to using band, I made them progress past the band and they're like, oh my God, I didn't know I could do that weight, or I didn't know I could do the body weight. So yeah, dude, you've just been relying on that band too much. So 4-rep max here, let's go. All right, we're ripping through this. Very little break. We're going pretty much back and forth between the chin-ups, or the pull-ups and the presses here. We have about 10 minutes before I gotta go, so let's rip. Oh, elbows are pretty inflamed. I went to a new hitting spot yesterday and we hit about probably 400 balls in an hour in both my elbows. Usually it's just the decel elbow, but both the elbows feel they're about to explode. So those This pull-ups, we're strapping the pull-ups, which is embarrassing, I know, but otherwise my elbow feels like it's falling off. So let's get it. So we're gonna make this rant quick, but I saw on Twitter today, of course, one of the guys in the Twitter debate was wearing a Boyle shirt, but the whole debate was how it's not your athletes that get bored of the workouts, it's you that gets bored of the workouts, and that's why you're overcomplicating your workouts. And I just totally disagree with that statement. There's so many athletes that just don't like lifting, and so many coaches, it is not the justification that I need to make my workouts more complicated to keep my athletes engaged. That is, I would say 1% of the strength conditioning world is on that level. 99% of the strength conditioning world is on the world of justifying why they don't make their workouts fun, why they don't make their workouts creative, why they don't make their workouts engaging, and they justify that by saying, well, the athlete forgot my warm-up, so they don't have to do this. I'll show the tweet. It's so dumb. Like, they forgot my warm-up 5 weeks ago. It's good. Your warm-up's boring as fuck, dude. You know what they don't forget? Super engaging workouts, super engaging warm-ups, super engaging movement patterns. They always ask for those back, and they don't forget. Your athletes are not stupid. Things that they forget, it's the same as a classroom. Things that they're forgetting because it's not that important and it's super fucking boring. Stop justifying not making your workouts engaging because your athletes don't need it. And the whole thing of it's for you, not them. It's okay for you to have a session that's also enjoyable for yourself as a coach. I think that's one of my biggest beefs with a lot of these coaches too. It's like, they you signal that it's all for the athletes, and then they sit and hate their sessions because they're watching the same thing over and over again, and they're bored as fuck as well. If you're bored as fuck as a coach, imagine how bored your athletes are doing the workout. The workouts can be for you, they can be for your athletes, they can be engaging for both of you, and that's how you build up an amazing movement practice, and your athletes want to and continue to come back, and they are not as forgetful and dumb as you make them sound out to be, all right? So, let's go, 4 rep max here. Just got our last set of pull-ups here, strapping them up again because that elbow is fucking in pain. We're at 25 pounds here. Let's rip. Ow, that fucking hurts. I got that gooch squeeze going on. Let's go. One more set of pull-up, or push, one more set of shoulder presses. Then we're gonna hit some arms, then we gotta go. Ooh! All right, last set here, let's rip it. Come on. Ooh! Oh, we overshot. Ooh. Ooh. Woo. Oh, man. A little bit of an overshot. Ow. Ow, that's my hair. A little bit of an overshot, but we had to rush, man. We did all of that. I mean, we got 30 total pull-ups. I think 5 sets of shoulder press done in about 10-ish minutes. That was money. Let's hit some arms. Let's get out of here. All right, so we finished up with 3 sets of 10 on the dumbbell curls, 3 sets of 10 on the tricep pushdowns. Just gonna show 1 set of curl. This will be my 4th set of 10 here. Then we gotta get out of here. I'm gonna be late as fuck. Let's go. Gotta roll up the sleeves. What are we doing? All right, that's a good day. Quick one. Got a couple rants in. Let's go. Appreciate you guys watching. Keep chopping wood.